Hey, hello everyone. My name is Devesh Kubal. Welcome back to the part 2 of text classification problem. So the data that we will be downloading is from Kaggle. So if you search BBC News classification problem of Kaggle, you will get to this link. Again, I'll be copy pasting this data link or this Kaggle link in the description. So the data consists of about 1500 such news articles, and each of the we have 5 predefined categories for this news. The categories are as follows: business, entertainment, politics, sport, or technologies. So we need to make or build a machine learning model which will automatically categorize any news articles to one of the 5 predefined categories. So let's start with implementation of this text classification problem. The first step is we need to import the data in our Python environment. So for that we need pandas for data wrangling tasks. So I'll be storing the entire data in the data variable. Yeah, so the data is successfully imported. Now we will see a few sample articles or few sample data points in the data which we have just imported. So we can see each news article has an article ID, and each news article belongs to specific category. So for example, the first news of article ID having article ID 1833 belongs to category business, and so on. So this is not a multi-label kind of problem. This is multi-class classification or multi-class text classification problem. The next step is we will understand what all features is present and we'll get to know some basic information about our target variable. So as you all know that my predictor is the text and my target is the column category. So first I'll see how many unique classes I have got. So as discussed earlier, I must have 5 different unique classes or 5 unique categories. So I think we have 5. Yeah. So business, tech, that is technology, politics, sport, and entertainment. Next is we will print the shape of the data, the number of data points and number of attributes. So we have 1490 data points or 1490 news articles. To be precise, the 3 column names are article ID, text, and category. Next, we will just check the data types of each and every attribute or column. So article ID is integer type, text and categories of object type. Okay. Now we will check for null values or any missing values if any in that data set. So the code to do that is I'll just write that code. So I have stored the data in data variable. So the data.isNull.any. It will give you either if it is true, then at least one of the value is missing. If it is false, then all the values are present. So we don't have to deal with any such missing type of data here. Now we will do some basic exploration or basic visualization of the data. First, let's move towards target and check whether the data is balanced or not. So we have got 5 classes. Let's see how many articles are of business or tech or politics or sport or entertainment. So I'll be using the Seaborn library to visualize this. So import seaborn as SNS. I'll run the first cell block again. So I'll simply be using count plot. Okay, so now as you all can see, I have around 340-ish around business, then 240 tech articles. I have 260 around politics category and 350 sport articles, and for entertainment I have about 260 to 270 articles. Now this data, we cannot say that it is highly imbalanced. It is not perfectly balanced, but it is nearly balanced. So we will not deal with any kind of oversampling or undersampling, which is not needed for this kind of data. Okay, so let's move forward. So we are now into the EDA step, that is exploration of data or exploratory data analysis. Now what we will do is we will find the length of each and every news article. Here the length means number of words contained in the news article, and let's see how many average words does a news article have, and so on. And let's plot, and let's then plot a distribution plot. So now we are getting, so the as you all can see here, the 0th news article or the first data point or the first news article at 0th index has total words of 1866 words in it. So let's plot a distribution plot just to get an idea about how many what is the maximum number of articles have are in what proportion or in what length. So I'll be again using SNS library. I'll be importing, I'll be using the distplot function or a method. So we just introduce a new variable, new attribute which is called as news underscore length in the previous cell block or in the previous step. So just for a nice visual representation, I'll be setting this title of this particular plot as news length distribution. So now as we can see here, most of the articles have 2500 length. Okay, so there are hardly any articles. So there are very few articles of length 7500, which are pretty long articles. Okay, let's explore deep into this. There is something called as word cloud. So we will plot word cloud for each and every target category. So I'm writing a function so that I will not have to write all these steps again and again. So in order to generate word cloud, I will use a function in Python. So you can install it. The function name is word cloud. Okay, I think the word cloud is now imported. Yeah. Now I'll write a simple function which will draw word cloud. The input to this function will be the list of sentences or belonging to a certain category. Or I can say paragraph. So we have defined width and height to be 500, 500, 800 and 500. Random state to be 21, max font size equal to 110. So for those who don't know what word cloud is, for layman terms, I can say that it is an image which is composed of words used in particular text or subject, in which size of each word indicates its frequency or importance of that particular word. So now I have written the function which is called as create underscore word cloud. So first let's target the category business. So I have stored entire news articles related to business in the variable subset. So why I'm using join is the values which are in this text variable, they contains list of sentences, but I have written this function which takes input as string and not list of sentences. So I will concatenate, or I will convert this list into a list of sentences into a paragraph of sentences, and I will now call our function word cloud. Let's hope everything works well, and I'll input it as words. Now these words, as you all can see, these words, the variable words, it holds the data of those news articles which belongs to category business. Let's see how this word cloud actually tells us. Okay, there is some error. Okay, PLT is not defined, so we need to import matplotlib. Let's run this once again, and again we are facing an error in something. Okay, so let's check why this error is happening. It is saying illegal interpolation string. Okay, I think interpolation. Yeah, I think now it will work. Yeah. So this is most frequent words which are appearing in the news articles related to business. Now let's check for every other news category. So I'll just copy paste the entire code, and I'll just change the class name or the category name. Here I'll just write entertainment. Then I'll write okay, so in entertainment we are getting film, star, movie, award, band, actor, album, hit, etc., festival. So it's quite interesting to see music as well. It's quite interesting to see how these words are highlighting in the word cloud. Now let's target the next class, politics. Well, I'm interested to see what words will what words will generate in this? Okay, party, government, minister, country, election, and so on. Prime minister, okay, British, children, and so on. So this word cloud, it gives you what I can say, a preliminary idea about what words are contained in that news categories articles. Now let's target our next class, sport. So that's why I made that function, because we don't want to write it again and again. In sports, I got game, word, highlighting, then player, and so on. So you all can see what these words are, how the word cloud generating, and what these words actually mean. Next, generate for the last, I think, last class, which is called as tech. Let's see what we got words for technology class. Oh, we are getting the word technology itself. Computer, service, PC, UK, mobile, net, broadband, and etc. device as well. Okay, now you have a fair idea about what data we are dealing with, how many categories are there. In that categories, what all frequent words are there, and so on. So now let's get back to cleaning the data. Okay. Cleaning or pre-processing the data. So today, obviously, you all have. Know that we are dealing with textual data. So I'll again create a function. I'll give this function as name process underscore text, or I can even give process underscore data. I'll take input as one text. So this text represents one by one news article. So the first I'll do is I will replace the new line with null, as well as there is something called as \r in the data. I'll remove that. And then just to remove all those spaces which can happen at the end of the article or at the start of the article, I am using strip method. Then by using the above line, we are replacing \n with space, as well as \r with null. So it might happen that there might be multiple spaces in the data. In order to remove those multiple spaces, I will be using a regex expression, which will delete multiple spaces or spaces which are greater than 1, and it will replace with only one space in between. So I need to import RA for that as well. Yeah, now let's move to next step of the text processing. For this application, I will what I can say, I will only get I want only the letters or the alphabets from it. So I'll be writing a new regex equation, \w\s, I think, yeah. Now I think the text is converted to lowercase. All the gibberish or all the nonsense or garbage characters are removed from the text. Now we can actually focus on removing those words which will not contribute to my model building part, or which will not contribute to results, or which might not be important words. So to test, for example, the words which are not important can be and, or, between, and so on. So these are called as stop words in NLP. So we will just remove stop words. in order to remove stop words, I will take the help of NLTK package in Python. So this package is also the package is very much important if one is a beginner in NLP and he wants to excel in NLP. This package is a must. The knowledge of this package is must. So I'll be defining that I want to remove stop words of English language, and then I will remove stop words. So in order to remove stop words, I want to convert, so we need to convert the text into tokens of words. In order to convert that, we will again use a method, which is a function which is called as word tokenize, which again comes in NLTK. After performing tokenization of words, now we are free to remove stop words from that particular text. It will just remove all those words which is appearing in its stopword file, in analytical stopword file. Yeah. So the variable word tokens, it is nothing but a list which consists of all the words contained in that particular news article. Now this filtered sentence variable will remove all those unnecessary words which is specified in NLTK stopwords file. So if you have just installed NLTK, there might be a higher chance that the stopword file might not be in your system. So you need to download that stopword file. The instructions will be provided in that error itself. So you can refer to that error. So I'll just define a variable which is called as filtered sentence. It will be an empty list in the first. And now by iterating each and every word in the word tokens, I'll be removing unnecessary words. So this is another way you can do this. So one way is you can use this sentence, or you can use from 9 to what I am writing now. From line, you can use either line number 8, which is a list comprehension, or if you haven't understood line number 8, then here is the substitute for line number 8. So I'll be writing I think 1 or 2 statements more for this. So I can say that line number 11, 12, 13 and 14 does the same function as line number 8. Now we can comment it as well. It was just for your understanding purpose. Now the problem is this filtered sentence. It consists of a list of sentences. Or list of words, sorry, not list of sentences, list of words. We need to convert all those list of words into a sentence form. So we need to join that. and finally return the process text or text. Now let's run this block of code. Now we will have an additional column which we can say as a text parsed or clean text or process text or so on. So I can write simple text parsed equal to data. So I have entire news article in the text column or the text attribute. That's why I have written here text. Now I will apply this function process text to this column. Now there is a reason why I have not gone through. So we can do this with the help of by iterating all the data points and all, but if you iterate all those data points and then process, the process will become slow if you have larger amount of data. Okay, so that's why always use, or it is always preferable to use apply function or apply method in pandas. It is processing, so we will wait until it is completed. The processing is completed. Now let's see some part of the data. So data.head will give us the information that we need. As we can see on the left hand side here, we have unprocessed text, and in the right hand side we have processed text. So this concludes our part 2. So in this part 2, in short, we have done data acquisition or data collection. We have explored the entire data by using count plot, word cloud, etc. Then we have cleaned the entire data. So for cleaning, we have normalized the data in lowercase. We removed some unnecessary words. We remove stop words. We remove nonsense text or garbage words or garbage characters. So let's meet in the third part, where we will see what is label encoding, splitting the data into training and testing, and then we can actually embed the data into vectorial representation. Then we will actually build the models. So let's meet in part 2. Thank you.